Okay, so let's take a comfortable seat. And what's really important about a comfortable seat is that you're sitting high enough. So I've got two pillows. This is a pretty prop-free class. I've got two pillows. You could use a couch cushion or a blanket, just so that you're sitting so your knees are lower than or at the same height as your hips. And then from there, just take a moment to get settled. So you might rock side to side a little bit and try to find some evenness in your seat. And then from there, just taking a moment to land, to transition into your yoga studio space inside your very own home, your own private yoga studio space. And so to allow yourself to arrive. So wherever you have been mentally or emotionally earlier in the day, to just acknowledge that and to let it go. So you might just feel what's happening, acknowledge it, and then allow yourself to settle. You might really feel your hips and pelvis steady and heavy as if you were growing roots. You could sense that your sitting bones were growing roots like a tree, really deep down, anchoring, heavy, digging into the soil on this beautiful spring day. So really feeling a sense like you're growing tendrils into the soil, that the bones of your pelvis and legs are heavy from the very marrow of their bones. So not just the muscles, but the bones themselves are heavy and earthy. And from that sense, you might even feel roots growing on the inner edges of your sitting bones, roots growing down from your outer pelvis, outer hips, even your outer legs and outer thighs, so that you're really feeling this connection with Mother Earth, her steadiness, her timelessness. And then from that, feeling an effortless sense of lift up through your spine, up through your vertebrae. You might even wiggle a little bit as you're wiggling your torso up out of the pelvis. So it's like you're a turtle and or a snail. The pelvis is your snail shell and your torso is kind of unsticking itself as you lengthen all the way up, wiggling through the vertebrae, reaching effortlessly towards the sky above you. Through your crown, might feel the infinite sky above you. And then as you keep all of that, allowing the muscles of the face to soften. You could even float the shoulders back and let them rest down the back of the body, maybe even feeling the throat, the top of the palate gently rest back. There might even be a gentle tuck or tip of the chin forward so that you can elongate the muscles at the back of the neck. And then continuing to relax in the face, your eyebrows, your forehead, the eyelids, cheeks, the jaw. You might even part the teeth, feel the root of the tongue nice and heavy. And then just taking a moment to feel the solidity of your body, the muscles and bones, once again, feeling their earthiness, their quality of steadiness, heaviness that are holding you up. You might take a moment to feel into the pulse of your heartbeat, that watery quality pulsing through you. You might feel the wetness in your mouth or the wetness in your armpits, that water element that makes up most of our body's fluid. You might notice any thoughts. They have a quality of heat, that lightness, that electrical charge of our bodies. You might also feel it in the digestive juices, any rumblings, that quality of fire. Just curious. And then sensing the air in your body, the spaciousness, maybe the space in the mouth, the space in the skull, the space in the torso, the space in the pelvis. You might even sense into the air all around the body, all around, just beyond your skin, the air that is embracing you, encircling you, cocooning you. And so we just touch into all these different elemental qualities of earth, of nature that are within and around us. And then we can take the palms and just turn the palms up to the sides and just feel. You might close your eyes or gaze down and just feel your palms and just notice what the sensation is in your palms. You might feel warmth or heat or moisture. So just noticing that sense. And then as you start to bring your hands towards each other, you're literally gathering energy, you're gathering your field into and in front of your heart space. And as you draw that energy in and towards your heart, you can offer yourself a blessing or invite in a blessing from Mother Earth, from any saints and sages, just from the grace of the universe, from anything else you'd like to invite grace from, and to gather that into your heart and offer that into your heart and receive that into your heart. I really want us to tune into this sense of this sanctuary within this body, which can become a storm or it can become a place of refuge. And so the practices of yoga to help us cultivate, how can we find amidst everything outside of us and even everything within us that's changing, what can we find that is steady? And so you might just simply draw your attention to your breath, the sensation of your breath as it touches the nostrils, gently flowing in through the nostrils, maybe slightly cool, gently flowing out, perhaps slightly warm. And just staying with the touch of the breath as it enters the shores of your being and as it flows back out. Noticing the touch as the breath leaves the body. Just taking another breath in and another breath out. And then we'll take another breath in. On your exhale, you can just sigh. Ah. You can even stick your tongue way out. Let's take two more like this. So inhaling and exhaling, letting go. One more. Just letting go. And then we'll start with the sound of one Om together. So I was listening to a beautiful talk by a shaman in the Sacred Valley in Peru yesterday, and he said that Om was the sound of Mother Nature, of Pachamama, and I really love that. If you think about the kind of deep vibrations, the hum of the earth, yawing and yawning. So let's make the sound of one Om together, just calling in the beautiful energy of nature that is within us and all around us. So taking a deep breath. And bowing your head to your heart, bowing your head to the sanctuary that is within you, regardless of if you're aware of it or how much you have ever visited before, just acknowledging that there might be a place for you to reside within that is a refuge from the storm. And then you can release the hands, lift the head, open the eyes. All right, and let's take the palms out to the side once more. And you can just extend the arms. Feel like you're reaching out through the fingertips. And as you feel that perhaps warmth in your arms, see if you can really feel a rootedness, a heaviness in your hips. So grow the legs heavy, grow the bones of the lower body heavy, And as you keep the lower body heavy, just inhale up through the torso, up through the arms, up through the fingertips, up through the chest. At the very top, maybe open the throat. And then exhale, turn the palms out and slowly keep that nice tall spine as you feel the air you're moving through, and bring the arms back down to your side or to the sides. Inhaling, turn the palms up, keep the legs heavy and rooted as you reach up effortlessly towards sky, lifting the heart, maybe opening the throat. Exhale, feel the space around you. Try to feel from the center of your heart out through your fingertips and down. Let's do 3 more times on your own, listening to your own body. So I also want to invite you guys that whenever you need a rest, if you need to pause, if your body wants to do something that is different than what I'm saying, please listen to your body. I'm just the guide. This is your practice. And listening to your breath, seeing if you can really feel that as this is a movement that is primarily, the movement is helping you become aware of your breath more, rather than the breath, so that the movement is in service of the breath. The breath is primarily what we're focusing on, and the movement is just like the icing on the cake. And then you can rest your arms down by your sides and just pause. Take a moment to notice any sensations. Okay. And then let's bring our hands to the shoulders and just like make chicken wings. Imagine that you have lasers coming out of your elbows and you're just making big circles. Or little circles, but just explore what feels good to you. You can get the whole spine involved, the head and neck. You can rock forward and backwards on the hips. Just finding spaciousness. Exploring a sense of expansion from the heart as you stay rooted down through the lower body. Good. One more time. And then releasing the hands back down, just taking a moment to notice. Perhaps observing sensation. You can find any words that are not judging words, that aren't like good or bad, but instead just observing any other qualities that you feel. Okay, and then let's come to lie on our backs. You're going to come to lie on your backs and just bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. And you can find the distance of your feet away from your hips that feels comfortable. You can maybe find, if your low back is a little bit sore, that you can walk the feet a little wider and drop the knees in towards one another. And just take a few moments to breathe, to sense the breath into the back of the body, and to invite yourself to expand the breath in the back of the ribs. Feel the low ribs especially expand out to the sides, just above the pelvis, just above the hips. See if you can sense that this low band, which often gets contracted while we're sitting, if you can invite more breath on the sides, just above the hips, the back, just above the hips. And also see if you can enjoy the breath. See if you can enjoy the breath. So it doesn't have to be forced or gripped. But each breath is like a precious gift from a loved one. Good. All right. And then we're going to bring the right leg up. You can ground down through the left foot, and you're going to start to circle the right ankle. The right knee can be bent. You're just moving the ankle, just isolating the right ankle. And then you're going to reverse directions, so the opposite direction. And then we're going to just move at the knee. So we're trying to isolate each of the joints, build the intelligence of the mind-body connection. And so you're trying to just move the foot from the knee. So trying not to move the pelvis. You can even bring the hand to the hip. You're trying to just move the knee. And then circling in the opposite direction. You can always hold your hands on the thigh if that helps. Good. And then let's take the right leg a little bit straighter. The knee can still be bent. You might want to really ground through your left foot and find a little bit of abdominal support so that you're kind of toning in as if you were bringing the hip points together and taking your sternum towards your abdomen a little bit. And now we're going to move from the hip. Again, the knee can stay bent. You can bend the knee as much as it wants. And now we're making juicy hip circles, lubricating the hip and its thigh socket. And then we'll reverse directions. And again, noticing, so you want a little bit of intelligence around the core, maybe feeling like the halves of your pelvis are hugging together or the hip points are hugging together to help. Good. Okay. And then come back to center and we'll do one last thing. So you're going to try to turn the soles of the feet in. You'll evert and spread the toes. And then you're going to try to turn the foot out and squeeze the toes. Turn the foot in. So you're turning the sole to the left and spread the toes. Turn the sole of the foot to the right and squeeze. And one more time. Turn the foot in and spread. Turn the foot out and squeeze. Might feel some heat in the ankles. And then let's turn the sole of the foot in and squeeze. We'll reverse. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread the toes. Turn the sole of the foot in and squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread the toes. One more time, turn the sole of the foot in and squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread the toes. Again, you might notice a sensation of heat in the lower ankle, building strength and support. And then let's bring that foot down. Just take a moment to notice, maybe noticing any sensation of your feet on the mat, of any difference in the legs side to side. Just observing, so no need to judge. We're just rediscovering the territory, the inner landscape. We're inviting ourselves on a journey with our mind-body, our body-mind. So there's nowhere to get to. It's just this ongoing conversation and relationship. We can ground down through the right foot, lift the left foot up, and then we'll start to circle the left ankle. And you could maybe imagine that your toes were drawing in your favorite color or your favorite medium. And then circling the opposite direction. And if you notice, whatever you notice about the different side to side, try not to judge or require that your sides be different, be even rather, because the sides have their own unique experience of the body. Good. And then coming back to center, and now we'll try to move from the knee. So you're circling from the knee. The foot can try to stay relaxed. Can even maybe bring a hand to your hip. So you're trying to stabilize the hip and just move from the knee. And then coming back to center, and you can extend that leg a little bit straighter, really ground through your right foot. Find center. So again, you might want to feel there's this support between your pelvic bones, like you're drawing the hip points together and drawing the sternum down towards the navel a little bit, or the navel up towards the sternum. And then we move from the hip socket, trying to really steady the right foot to help get the mobility in the left hip. And just noticing whatever you notice. So you can go big circles, little circles. You're just trying to Notice the sensation. Maybe notice where it's sticky. Just be curious. And then you can reverse directions. This might require stabilizing through your right foot in a different way. Feeling like the low ribs can broaden onto the mat. Good. And then coming back to center-ish. And now we're going to turn the sole of the foot to face the inside of the body and squeeze the toes. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread the toes. Trying to turn at the ankle rather than the hip. Turn the sole of the foot in and squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread the toes. I don't know if you let me come closer so you guys can see. Turn the sole of the foot in and squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread. Turn the sole of the foot in, squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot out and spread. And then we'll reverse. Turn the sole of the foot in and spread. Turn the sole of the foot out and squeeze. Turn the sole of the foot in and spread. Turn the sole of the foot out and squeeze. Let's do that 2 more times. Again, we're building strength. This helps to strengthen the ankle muscles without weight bearing. So this is good for balance also. Good. And then let's come back down. Just take a moment to notice. Simply observe the breath in the back of the body. You might see if you can invite some enjoyment of the breath in. If you invite some enjoyment, can you receive the breath as a precious gift from a loved one? Good. Okay. Let's take the feet a little bit wider, hip distance apart. You can take your arms out to the side and just feel your feet on the earth here. Once again, really make contact. Take a big, deep breath in to expand the ribs. As you exhale, drop the knees to the right. Turn to look towards the left. Inhale to come up. Drop the knees to the left. Turn to look towards the right. Following your own breath, inhaling to center. Exhale, try to let your knees and head come to their resting place at the end of the inhale, the end of the exhale. And at the inhale, everything comes back to center. Exhaling, so you're trying to coordinate the movement with the breath. Again, everything is to serve the breath. So rather than rushing, we're trying to notice the pace of the breath and align it with the body. And slowly unwinding. If it feels really good, you might want to hold on one side for a few breaths, feeling a diagonal from the opposite shoulder all the way down through your ribs and torso, out through your hips and out diagonally through your knees. So there's a sense of space, if that feels good. Or you might simply enjoy continuing to turn with the breath. Let's just take 3 more rounds here, no rush. Again, inviting each breath, each movement like a gift from a precious friend. And then coming back to center. You can bring your arms down by your sides. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Just take a moment once more to feel the breath in the back of the body, to really let your body flop. And then gather some energy up. So even though we're reclining, there's some awakeness here. So you can really feel your feet. The feet are maybe hip distance apart and slightly beyond your sitting bones, your bum. Feel your feet press into the earth and feel how that can enliven your legs, like you were trying to drive your legs down into the earth, growing roots. And then see if you can, as you feel that, if you can maybe wiggle your torso away from the snail shell of your pelvis without moving the legs. So you're just getting some length in the rib cage. You maybe even ripple the torso and the spine up a little bit so you feel a little longer, okay? Everything in yoga is really in service of the breath and the spine. So we'll keep that nice long spine. You can press your palms down on the mat. And as you press your palms, try to press through the inner edges of your wrist and broaden your collarbones a little bit. And as you inhale, arch the back, letting your tailbone drop, feeling your pelvis tip forward away from your head. And as you exhale, keep pressing the palms and arms down as you tuck the tailbone under. Feel the navel draw to the spine and feel the tailbone lift up. Inhaling slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae arch. You're feeling your fingertips reach towards the end of your mat as you arch the back. As you exhale, keep pressing the arms down as you tuck under, knees stay to the midline. So following the breath very slowly and mindfully, but using your whole body so you're not getting piecemeal. You're staying steady through the legs. You're staying grounded through the arms and shoulders so that through the stabilization of the four corners of the torso, the shoulders and the hips, you're getting more space in the spine. Okay, now that might feel good for some of you. Some of you, you might want to add as your pelvis arches, you can take your right arm up and turn your head to the left. And then you can exhale, bring the arm back down, tuck the pelvis. You can inhale, arch the pelvis, take the left arm overhead, turn the head to the right. Exhale back up. So we're just alternating this tip and tuck and reaching through the opposite arm. The head can turn, get a little bit of movement in the neck. Some of you, that might feel good. For some of you might want to lift your hips up as you take the arm overhead, keeping the knees hugging the center. And you don't need to come up. I invite you actually not to come up all the way to your maximum. I'd invite you to really to listen to the body and back off and come maybe to 75%, because when you're not expending all of your effort in getting somewhere, you have more awareness to be curious, to notice what's going on in the body. And the more yoga I do, this is about 22 years now, the more that really paying attention to the little things, the subtle things, is where the yoga is really happening. The postures are what the body is doing. The yoga is what your awareness, your consciousness, your curiosity is doing. And then let's come back down to rest and just take a moment to simply observe sensation rather than judgment, maybe noticing the breath as a gift. And then as you're ready, let's roll over and come onto hands and knees. If you have a hardwood floor, you can always pad your knees with a blanket or pillow. And let's come onto hands and knees. Your hands are roughly under your shoulders, knees slightly behind your hips. And as you inhale, we'll do the similar movement we were just doing with the pelvis. As you inhale, lift the tailbone, feel the heart pull forward, long spine, looking up. As you exhale, you can bend the elbows, let the shoulders come down, tuck the chin. Inhale, look forward, pull with the forearms still on the ground, pull the heart forward and then come up. You're already in your cow pose. Exhale, bend the elbows come down, shoulders, then chin. Inhale, pull the elbows back, lengthen the spine, then come up. Exhale, back, elbows, shoulders down. Good, you can continue doing that, or if you'd like, you can add a downward facing dog instead of a child's pose. You can Push the palms down through the center of the arm bones and lift the hips up. And then inhale back to table. And then maybe exhale back to child's. Or you can simply stay in your cow and child's, or adding your down dog. Let's just take 3 more, flowing with the breath. Whatever feels good to you. This is your practice. And again, seeing if each pose is like a gift. What if each pose could be something so precious? You'll never have the same pose again. So if you could try to relish it. You can always pause in a child's pose, or you could always hold in a down dog if that's what feels good to you. Good. Okay. And then as you're ready, next time from table, let's pause and check in with your hands, your foundation, and notice where your fingers meet your palms. So you're going to look right here where the fingers meet the palms, and you're going to really anchor down where the fingers meet the palms, and then have a little bit of a soft grip with the fingertips. From there, press the arms down and forward. Press the palms down and forward as you start to send your hips and sitting bones back, and then lift up. The knees can stay bent. Keep pressing the palms down and forward, and you can start to wiggle side to side, shifting the hips side to side. Knees can stay bent. We're just getting a little bit of space, trying to wiggle your body out of the snail shell of your pelvis. You can pedal your feet, and then walking your hands back towards your feet. Feet can have a happy distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips, shoulders squeeze onto the back body. Push the feet down to earth, root down through the bones. Lift the arms up through the air. Palms can come towards one another. If they touch, you can press the palms in, and exhale the hands to the heart, drawing the energy of the sun of life down to the heart. Just pausing there. Okay, we'll do a couple of just modified sun, half sun salutes. So you can find your feet a happy distance apart. And just take a moment to really feel your feet. I'd like you to feel or imagine the very center of the leg bones, the marrow. This is where the immune system starts, in the center of the leg bones, with the white blood cells generated in the marrow. And so I really want you to feel there's a viscous quality, there's a web-like quality. And I'd really like you to feel the very center, from the heads of the femur bones all the way down to the centers of the legs. They're hollow and they're full of such life energy. Ojas, this is where the ojas, the life energy, lives in the body. Let that travel all the way down to the center of the earth. You can even bring your hands on your pelvis and kind of give a little push. Feel that. And then you might wiggle your torso up and out of your pelvis a little bit, even in the back of the body, and even the belly, up and out. And then from there, from that rooting down and grounding, from that sense of effortless lift, opening the palms up. Exhale, turn the palms out. Feel from your heart, you spread through the fingertips, start to bend the knees and fold to whatever feels good. Inhale your hands to the tops of your knees, long spine. So you're reaching the leg bones down, 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 and the spine long. Exhale, bend the knees, hollow the navel, and fold. Inhale, halfway, hands to the tops of the knees. Exhale, draw the navel in and fold. Press the legs into earth. One more time. Inhale, legs stay rooted, coming up long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to your hips, squeeze the shoulders on the back. Feel the leg bones pressing down to the center of the earth. You can even use your hands to press the hips and legs down as you come up, taking the arms out and wide, up, opening the chin. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart. We're going to do that 2 more times, and I'd invite you. So this can be a moving meditation as you take a moment to meet your body where you are. And we'll do this 2 more times, and to ask your beloved body, how are you today? And to meet yourself there with kindness and compassion. So your body doesn't need to be a certain way. It is the way it is. And can we have kindness towards however we're showing up in the world? And that kindness, that's where the transformation happens, not in the mind trying to tell the body to do something. So with that attitude of friendliness towards our own experience, you can root the legs down, center of the bones. Inhale, opening up towards this beautiful sky. Exhale, turn the palms out, send energy out from the heart to the fingertips, and bend to whatever degree feels comfortable, bending the knees. Inhale, legs root down, slide the hands up to the thighs. Your bum moves back, your belly and heart move forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, long spine. Exhale, the legs press down, the navel draws back. One more time. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the hips. Let your hands push the legs down as the spine lifts. Hands come up. Exhale, hands down the midline to your heart. Pause. Take a full breath. Receive a full breath in and let go of a full breath out. And maybe take another breath in. Invite your breath. Can your breath be a loving offering to your body in this moment? And your exhale, a loving offering to the universe, to the trees, giving them carbon dioxide to grow. One more time. Inhale, root the legs down. From that rooting, the arms go wide and up. Exhale, pouring the legs into earth so your spine can be spacious as you fold to your capacity, bending the knees, whatever you need. Inhale, knees can stay bent, hands to thighs. Lengthen your spine. You might try to wiggle your torso out of the snail shell of your pelvis. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. I like this metaphor of the snail. It seems appropriate in these days. It's nice to have a place to retreat into, a place that feels safe, and to just venture out a little bit and to see how it is out there, and then to come back into home. And then let's inhale, hands to your hips. Last time, get steady through the center of the leg bones. Root straight down. And from that, rise up, open to sky. Exhale, hands to your heart, to your home. You can close your eyes or gaze down. Let's just take 3 breaths here. Feel your breath, maybe meet your hands in your heart space. Maybe feel your breath or imagine your breath at the back of the heart, at the back body, right behind where your hands are. Honor your sanctuary, honor your inner home. It carries you around, it breathes, it digests for you, it does so many things you have no idea that are going on. Okay, you can release the hands down. Take the feet a little wider. We'll do a little bit of a side bending to open up the ribs. It's good for breathing. And once again, I'd like you to bring your hands on your hips and feel the leg bones grow down into earth. So you're not gripping the toes. There's just a steady, earthy stability as you root down. You guys might even feel the kind of ricochet as your spine levitates a little bit more. You can take, we'll do the same side, so I'm not going to mirror you. Your left hand to your left hip, your right arm up. Keep with your left hand, push the leg down. Keep that earthy energy, that rooting. As you start to gently side bend, keep both leg bones rooting to the earth, rooting. The shoulders can relax, and you're reaching up diagonally towards the corner of the room. Rather than sideways, you're reaching up as your legs go down. See if you can invite in 2 easy breaths, delicious breaths. The breath is a gift. And then on your next inhale, this contracted side, your left side, is going to help you come all the way up and release the hands. Just take a moment to notice. And then we'll bring the right hand to the right hip. And again, feel the legs. Is this making sense? Maybe you guys can nod the legs, this heaviness in the legs, the rooting quality. You get steady and stable. The bones help you, not just the muscles. And then lift the left arm up. The left shoulder can relax. The leg bones stay long. You can wiggle your snail shell out of your snail body out of your snail shell of a pelvis. And side bend over now to the right. This arm, left arm, is reaching diagonally, but the neck is free. The shoulder can relax. The legs stay rooted. Even your left hip is pressing down through the legs. Your breath is easy. Let's take 2 more easy breaths. Maybe breathing into the ribs, breathing in just above the hips and pelvis. And then your compressed side is going to root down to help you come all the way back up. Bring the arms back down. Let's do each side one more time. Now you guys know what to do, so you can bring your hands to your hips. You can even feel, so some of the steadiness comes like you're trying to squeeze the mat together with your feet. So there's a little bit of a hug. You'll feel your outer hips wake up, maybe your inner thighs wake up. This is also good for the nervous system. This is like a gentle squeeze, a gentle hug for your own body. You might be not getting as many hugs from other people, but you can give yourself your own muscular hug by gently squeezing in. That helps you to root the legs down out of the pelvis. Right arm comes up. And let's exhale over to the left. Both legs stay heavy, shoulders relax. Let's take 3 easy, yummy breaths. Yummy, yummy breaths. Maybe breathing just above the pelvis, the hips, the ribs. Maybe finding a faint smile or a big smile. And then compress, side pushes down to bring you up. Stay grounded in the legs, stay gently drawing to center or actively drawing to center. You can really play with it. So you can squeeze the mat to center a lot. Feel just how strong your legs can get. Keep some of that and then relax maybe 50%. So you have all of your strength, and then you have 50% of your strength, which still might be more than you're used to using in standing poses. From there, root the legs down, inhale the arms up, keep that nice hug in your hips, exhale over to the right, shoulders relax, neck is free. 3 yummy breaths, yummy ambrosia breaths, balm, enjoying. And then inhale, compressed side brings you back up, release the hands, shake it out. Okay, all right. Let's come to your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart, okay? And I'd like you to feel once again that hug, that squeeze in, and see if you can really try to squeeze your mat in, like you're trying to squeeze your legs together, squeeze your outer hips in, squeeze your inner legs in. Feel how that kind of is like a tube of toothpaste up through your spine. You can even kind of wriggle up out of your spine. And then relax the legs to maybe 50%. okay? And then we're just gonna keep the legs and you're gonna rotate from your torso. Imagine your navel is what's turning. The legs and hips stay steady. The arms can make little fists. You can give yourself a nice little massage as the arms wrap. The arms are like empty coat sleeves. Arms can come up, the arms can come back down. Steady, grounded legs. Good. Good. And then just release the arms, come back to a nice Tadasana. Close your eyes or gaze down and just feel. Just observe sensation. You might feel tingles. That's blood flow. Just whatever you notice, just be curious. Welcoming your inner experience of embodiment. Good. Okay. Let's take the feet nice and wide here now. And you want to be roughly as wide. Your ankles are roughly as wide as your wrists. Okay. You can bring your hands to your hips. Your feet are parallel. And take a moment once again to just feel. You can, with your hands on your hips, on the ridge of your pelvis, push your legs down, push through the center of the leg bones, that marrow all the way down into the center of the legs. You can kind of wriggle your pelvis, wriggle your torso up out of your pelvis, then relax your shoulders. I invite you to try to squeeze your ankles into centers, just your ankles. And notice what happens when you squeeze your ankles. You might find that there's actually a little bit more tone in your outer feet. You might find the outer ankles support, outer arches supporting you by squeezing the ankles to center. Keep that, keep the extension and grounding of the legs. Take a nice big breath in, draw the elbows and shoulders back, maybe lift the heart, lift the chest and the throat, and exhale, hinging at the hip crease, fold forward. Hands can stay on the hips, come halfway. Inhale up, keep squeezing the ankles together, squeeze the shoulders and elbows together, look forward. Nice big smile. Exhale, fold at the hips just to the degree that feels comfortable for you. Rooting down through the center of the leg bones, all the way. Imagine your feet were penetrating through the earth, nice and long. You can draw the navel in and up to help you get a little bit of a longer spine. And on your next inhale, root through the center of the legs to come all the way up. Heel toe your feet or step your feet back to center. Release the arms down. Just take a moment to notice. Just take a moment to notice. You might place a hand or both hands over the heart, just to check in on your inner being, maybe to send some blessings. To say, beloved body, I am listening to you. Or beloved body, if I have checked out, my intention is to listen to you. My intention is to come home to you. My intention is to befriend you, to be on this journey with you, to co-create our experience of life together. Beloved body, thank you for all that you do for me. Okay, and let's take that forward fold one more time. Okay, so once again, nice and wide. And bring your hands to your hips. And the more that you can root down through the legs, the more that this pose can really feel anchored and steady. So again, from the center of the pelvis, grounding through the center of the leg bones, imagine that marrow, that juiciness, that hollowness all the way down to the legs. And then see if you can squeeze your ankles together. Your knees can be bent. You can squeeze your ankles together. Find how that enlivens, awakens up the feet. Hello, feet. Squeeze the elbows and shoulders back, root down through the legs. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Knees can bend as much as you need. Send the tailbone and sitting bones back. Inhale halfway up. As you inhale, push the feet down and long spine. Nice smile. Exhale, draw the navel in and fold to the degree that feels good for you. You can let the head relax. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no, shake the head yes again. And inhale, push the feet down, come all the way up, and heel toe or step the feet back to center. Release the hands. Take a moment to just notice whatever you observe. Maybe noticing sensation or heat, or tingling, vibration. Okay, and let's come to lie on our backs one more time. Okay. And just take a moment to notice your breath in the back of the body, to let yourself land. Seeing if for the next several breaths you can really let your body sink into the mat. And then let's push the feet down, lift the hips up, take the hips over to the left side of the mat, drop your knees over to the right. Drop your knees over to the right. So your left shoulder might come up, that's okay. You can bring your your right hand to your legs. And just notice you want to feel that your legs are squeezing together a little bit. So once again, you feel the legs engage. That might help you feel a little bit more space in the left waist. Take a big deep breath. Try to wiggle the snail shell of your pelvis away from the torso. Wiggle your torso away from the pelvis. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, try to drive the top knee, drive the left knee a little bit out in the same direction as the right knee. You're in charge. So take a big deep breath into the body. You might even really feel the breath in the back. And as you exhale from the back, try to gently, again, your mind is not what is making your body open. The breath is really what's helpful, and your body knowing that you're meeting it where it is. So as you exhale, just gently push the top knee out towards the bottom knee. Your head can face towards the left. Breathing into whatever feels tight. If it feels too intense, just back off. Make it just a more subtle movement. And then let's inhale, come to center. Bring the hips back to center. Just pause, notice. Okay. And then push the feet down, pick the hips up, take the hips over to the right, drop the knees to the left. You can bring your left hand to the tops of the legs. Your right shoulder might be up, that's okay. As your left hand is on the legs, you can feel the top leg press up into the hand. That gives you a little space in your sacrum. You can feel the legs squeeze together, which means that you're active and supported in the lower body. Take a big breath in, try to wiggle your torso out of the snail shell of your pelvis. And then from that spaciousness, as you exhale, gently drive the top leg from the hip out through the knee, gently. Let's do that 3 more times. Big inhale into the back of the body, like you're expanding the balloon. Like you're breathing just above the hips and waist. Exhale gently. Again, you're in charge. Try not to do it with your mind. Try to let your breath make the space. Inhale. And as you exhale, just making a little more space. Just finding that to whatever degree feels easeful easeful. Again, like this, how can this pose be yummy? How can this pose be a balm, like a gift? And then inhaling back to center. Take a moment to just pause. And you can bring your knees up, bring your hands to your knees, and then slide your hands just below the knees, the outside of the shins. Let the shins fall out, rock side to side into a wide-legged kind of hug. Let the pelvic floor relax, massage the sacrum, massage the low back. Good. Bring the legs all the way down on the mat. Take your arms all the way overhead. We'll take an inhale, stretch your heels away from your belly, stretch your belly away from your heels, reach out through the fingertips. As you exhale, you can relax that effort, but draw your navel deeply in and up. Inhale, reach through the heels. You might stretch one side and then the other side, really lengthen. Draw the pelvis down, the abdomen away. And then exhale, draw the navel in and up, hollow the belly. One more time, inhale, you can even point your toes, reach through the fingers, full body stretch. Exhale, relax, draw the belly strongly in and up. And then find your way into your Shavasana. So whatever props you need, you want to get something to cover your body, or if your low back is tender, placing a blanket under your knees, any other props. Take your time, try to move slowly. There's no rush. I'll do a guided yoga nidra, a guided relaxation here. So we're going to go through the body, and we'll first encourage the body to notice the difference between engagement and release. So you can extend your right leg. Squeeze the toes, lift your right leg just an inch. Squeeze, 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 and exhale, relax that leg. Rock it side to side. Give everybody a moment to pause, still a couple people getting ready. And you can inhale, extend your left leg, squeeze the toes, lift the leg just an inch, squeeze all the muscles, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, relax that leg down, rock it side to side, and just let it rest. You can inhale, squeeze the buttocks, maybe so much that the hips lift, squeeze, and exhale. Release the hips down. You can inhale your right arm, make a fist, lift the right arm just an inch, squeeze all the muscles, squeeze, 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 and exhale. Rock it side to side, and then just let it rest. You can inhale the left arm, lifts, make a fist, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale. You can rock that arm side to side and just let it rest. You can inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, let them drop. You can inhale, squeeze the shoulders across the chest towards one another. And exhale, let them relax. You can inhale, slide the shoulders down the back of the body towards your feet, and then release. You can turn the head side to side and just release any gripping in the neck and shoulders. You can move the jaw up and down like you were chewing a giant piece of bubble gum, releasing any holding in the jaw. You can move the jaw side to side. You can squeeze the forehead, squeeze the eyes, squeeze the cheeks, squeeze the lips, squeeze everything towards the tip of the nose. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. Take a moment in case you need to find symmetry, make any adjustments, and just let the body release. And we'll just go through the body, encouraging it to release any remaining holding, to let it go. So you don't need to do anything, but just bring your attention to each part of the body as I say that part and encourage it to soften. You might also just send a little bit of love there. Releasing through the toes, relaxing the toes and the soles of the feet. Relaxing the tops of the ankles and the shins and the calves. Releasing the knees, the thighs, relax. Softening your seat. Relaxing the low back, the middle back, the upper back. Relaxing the belly, the organs. Relaxing the lungs, the heart. Softening the fingertips, the fingers and palms, the backs of the hands. Releasing your forearms and elbows and upper arms. Relaxing the shoulders, the collarbones, shoulder blades. Releasing the neck and the throat. Relaxing the chin and jaw, muscles of your mouth. Even part your teeth, part your lips, and let the tongue be very plump and heavy. Relaxing the inner cheeks and the outer cheeks, sides of your face. Let the ears become heavy and soft. Relax the nose, the nostrils, the bridge of the nose. Allow the eyes to become heavy, liquidy in their sockets. Releasing the eyelids and the eyebrows, space between the eyebrows. Release the temples, skin of the forehead. Relaxing from the hairline to the crown, the sides and back of the head. Relax your whole body. For just a moment, a few moments, in this relaxed state, observe your breath moving effortlessly through your relaxed body. And then just let your awareness rest into the deepest part of you, into your innermost sanctuary, a place that is always pure, a place that is the source of the deepest healing. and part of you that is infinite wisdom, infinite compassion, infinite space, infinite brilliance. Let your awareness rest in your innermost sanctuary, your true nature. Notice anything come and go. Just let it be like the clouds moving through the sky of your being. As you keep your presence in your inner sanctuary. As you rest deeply in your truest home. You can start to notice your breath moving through your body. And invite in a deeper inhale. Let go of a deeper exhale. And invite another sweet, loving inhale. And offer, empty out on your exhale. You can start to gently move the body, sliding the thumbs over the fingertips, wiggling the fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, turning the head from side to side, stretching through the body, taking your time as you bend your knees, roll to the right. Use the strength of your hands to press yourself up into a seat. Let your head be the last thing that comes up. We'll sit just for a brief breathing meditation practice. So take your time. Find whatever you need for your seat, blankets or pillows. So once again, you're sitting with your knees lower than or at the same height as your pelvis, whatever props you need. It's most important to be comfortable. And as we're waiting for others to make their way out of Shavasana, you can just rock side to side a little bit. And once again, feel your base. There's a triangle of a base. You can feel your sitting bones and the pubic bone. See if you can feel centered over this triangle of a base. Feel your nice tall spine. The shoulders can relax. You can tuck the chin, feel a little lift in the back of the head. The fingertips, the index finger and thumb can touch at the tips. Palms face down for grounding on the legs. You can even press the palms into the legs to feel that the spine is nice and tall. Or you can rest your right palm in your left palm. And just take a moment to see if you can invite your breath into your heart space. So you might feel that the breath is coming in down through the crown on the inhale into the heart, or you might feel that the breath is being breathed horizontally from the space in front of you into the heart, the center of the chest, the energetic heart. So seeing if you can just invite the breath or imagine or feel the breath coming into the heart, however that makes sense for you. You don't need to think about it too much. Just make the invitation and your inner being will know. And meet the heart wherever it is at the moment. Let the breath tenderly meet the heart wherever your heart is right now. And on your exhale, just see if you can feel your breath softly caressing your tender heart in this moment. So with each inhale, you simply invite, try to receive even just a little bit of the breath coming in, perhaps vertically into the center of the chest, or perhaps coming down through the crown, the central channel of the body, into the area around the heart space, meeting your heart wherever your heart is. So your breath is just being invited to meet your heart. The heart is the center of the body between the earth elements and the sky. It is the place of the grounding energies and the uplifting energies where they meet and intermingle. Your heart is a place of alchemy, and you are not the one making the alchemy happen. The heart is the source of the alchemy. So by simply receiving or inviting your breath, the felt sense of the breath, you might sense the breath as particles of light energy or waves or rippling droplets or a color or just a tingling. There's no right way to experience the breath as it comes into the heart. Just sensing your breath touching and caressing, gently caressing your heart. And as you exhale, just feeling the breath settle around your heart. If you notice your mind, you can just acknowledge the mind. That's what the mind does. And then just for a few more breaths, a few more moments, letting your breath come into the heart. Meeting your heart, your beloved, tender, fiercely strong heart, meeting your wise, spacious, intense heart, wherever your heart is, meeting this beloved heart. And you can release that practice. Just take a moment to notice, to simply observe whatever's present or arising. You can bring your palms together in front of your heart. Gratitude to yourself for coming to your practice. Gratitude to this beloved sanctuary of a body that carries you around. Gratitude to the enlivening force of your breath, to the wisdom, the discernment within you. And see if you can also receive that gratitude for showing up and meeting yourself, for inquiry, for conversation, for an invitation to step deeper into your own home and to embody at the most deep levels of yourself.